Episode number 145. Hello, you're listening to the Career Changemaker podcast. Having the courage to leave a career that you have worked hard to build and try something else can be tough. So in each episode, we dive into key career change strategies so that you have a clear understanding of what is required to transition into a new role or a new industry without feeling like you have to start at the bottom or have to take a massive pay cut, because ain't nobody got time for that. If you are ready for frank and honest discussions about how to become a career change maker, keep listening. I'm your host, lawyer turned career strategist and executive coach, Janine Esbrand. Hello, and welcome to the show. I am so happy to be here. It is the month of November, which is my favourite month of the year, mainly because it's my birthday month, but also because it is National Career Development Month. And as you all know, career change, advancement and development is absolutely my jam. And I was reflecting the other day on why is it that I'm so passionate about this topic, and I realised it's because my career journey hasn't been simple, and the things that I've been able to achieve in my career didn't come easy, partly because of the barriers that exist being a woman and being a woman of colour. And so for me, I'm really passionate about levelling the playing field and helping other women and other people of colour to be able to navigate the corporate space so that they're able to move into roles that they really want to do and reach heights that they really want to reach within corporate organisation. It's my mission to help you to be able to navigate your way through so that you don't have to face all of the barriers. So I get excited when we talk about helping people to move forward, figure out what they want to do, and then make those transitions. So what we're going to be doing over the course of this month is something a little bit different. I am going to be bringing to you a range of previous podcast episodes and live stream episodes that have been very popular amongst this career change maker community and that have been impactful. So what you are going to experience is a ramped up schedule. So instead of having one podcast episode come out a week, we are going to be doing a few episodes a week. So make sure that you are subscribed to the show so that you get notified when the new episodes come out. Before I dive into today's topic, I have a couple of announcements that I want to make. So you will know that this is the Career Changemaker podcast, and what I have decided to do is bring the Facebook community that I run in line with the podcast. So the name of the group has now changed to the Career Changemaker community. So if you want to stay connected as we're going through this month and this series of podcast episodes, go over to the group. Join me there because we can continue the conversation after the episode. And the other big announcement that I want to make is that the Career Clarity Academy, which is my group coaching program that I talk a lot about on this podcast, is no longer going to be the Career Clarity Academy. And if you've been thinking about joining and you haven't joined yet, you might be thinking, oh no, that's something that I had bookmarked to look into. Don't worry, the name is changing, but the program will remain, but it's going to be the Career Change Maker program. So we now have the Career Change Maker podcast, we have the community, and we have the program. And I'm really excited about some of the changes and enhancements that we have made to the program based on all of the work that we've been doing with amazing women over the last few years who have gone through the program. I'm always looking at ways that we can refine and develop, and so we've been doing that with the Career Changemaker program, and I'm super excited because the first cohort of that version of the program will be starting in January 2022. And I want to let you know that if you are interested in joining, November is the time to do it, because as of the 1st of December, the investment for my group coaching is going up. So if you're interested, jump in now. You will see the link for you to make an application for the program in the show notes, and I will review that application and see if I think that the program will be a good fit for you. So those are all of the updates, and now I want to turn your attention to podcast episode 84. So this is one of our most popular podcast episodes. This episode alone has had over 1,300 downloads and has been listened to in 39 countries around the world. So what that tells me is there are many, many people who are feeling stuck in their careers. So if you feel stuck, know that you're not alone. And it also tells me that this is a great episode to share with you again to kick off this period over the course of this month, where we are going to be really diving into career development and looking at ways that we can help you to move forward. So let's dive in and talk about why you feel stuck in your current role and what to do about it. We spend so much time at work, and if you've been following me for any length of time or seen my TED talk or anything, I say over and over again that life is way too short for us to be doing work that we don't enjoy. But here's what I see as being the problem for many people. So they know that this is where they want to be. So they talk about what life would look like if everything was great and in the ideal world, what that would look like. And then they know where they are now. But the issue is the bridge. How do I go from where I am now to where it is I want to go? The kind of analogy that I always use is, I could say, I really want to go on holiday, and I know that I want to go somewhere hot. So I want to go somewhere hot. I want to have some vitamin D. I want to enjoy myself. I want a beach holiday. If I just stop there and say I want a beach holiday, but I don't drill down and pinpoint which beach in which country, in which region of the world, then I'm really not going to get my beach holiday. So I feel like for a lot of people, they stop at that point where it's like, I want to have a role that does this, this, and this. And then they don't spend the time to drill down and determine, well, what does that actually look like? So what is the destination that I'm working towards? Because if I don't know where I'm trying to get to, then I definitely can't build my bridge to get there. So I think the problem for a lot of people is they feel stuck, they feel frustrated, and then the first thing that they decide to do is jump online, scroll some job boards, and look for opportunities. So in their frustrated state, in the state where they feel like overwhelmed, annoyed, they just feel like they're in a rut, they then go online and start scrolling for opportunities. And the problem with that approach is you go online and you scroll for opportunities. The likelihood is the opportunities that you're going to be drawn to are the ones that you think you can do. You're going to be drawn to the opportunities that list out either experience or qualifications that you already have. And so what you'll find is you'll be looking and you'll be subconsciously seeking for roles that you feel like you could actually do. But then what happens is the roles that you probably feel like you can actually do are going to be roles that are very similar to the one that you're in. Very similar to the one that you've been saying you're frustrated with, that you're bored at, that you don't enjoy. And so you can end up in a situation where you jump out of the role that you're in now. You might find a role that looks appealing, but because you haven't spent the time to really unpack what is it about the role that I don't like, or what is it about me that needs to be fulfilled for me to feel happy, then you can end up 6 months, 12 months down the line, just feeling exactly the same, but in a new environment. So the first thing that people tend to do is jump onto job boards. And that's the thing that I would say not to do, because it's really important for you to take the time to understand, what is my destination? Where is it that I'm trying to get? And this is kind of the first thing that I work with people on when they go through the Career Clarity Academy, is start to raise the level of awareness about yourself. Understand what it is that would make that ideal. So when you're saying all the things that would make an ideal role for you, what would make that ideal and why? And understanding that. So essentially, you then have a framework. You have a filter. So you can say, well, these are the things that I know that I want. And now I've taken the time to understand why that's important to me. And I'm able to understand all the different facets of me as a person and how that impacts the work that I do and how that impacts whether or not I'm going to feel fulfilled in a role. And because I understand all of that, then I can say, okay, when I look at potential opportunities, which of these opportunities is going to help me to get to the destination? Which of these opportunities is going to help me to feel fulfilled, to enjoy what I'm doing, to be making an impact, to be making a difference, to be working in a great environment. So unless you take the time to really understand what it is you're looking for and why you're looking for it, then you're not going to be able to get to the destination. So I want you to
really think strategically. If you're saying, okay, I feel stuck right now, I want to take some action. I don't want you to just feel like you're taking action by going and scrolling job boards, but actually take the right types of action so that you're moving towards the right type of role as opposed to just any role. Because my thing is, it's all about getting you to the stage of feeling great in the work that you're doing and being excited about showing up for work and not feeling like, oh, I'm just doing this for the sake of doing this. But one of the things that does come up, and I know it comes up over and over again for people, and what often holds them back. So you have the fact that they don't really know what the destination is. They're not 100% clear on how to get there. But one of the biggest things that holds people back is the fear of change. Because for many of the people that I speak to, and maybe for you, you may have been in the role that you're in for some time. It might be 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. And so the thought of you going from what you've been doing and what you're super familiar with and really good at and moving into a different direction is scary. It's scary because you don't know what's out there. You don't necessarily know yet what you're moving towards, and you don't know what that's going to look like. You don't know what that's going to feel like. And so our human nature is to keep us safe, right? Our brain wants to keep us safe. So as soon as you start talking about changing things, your brain's like, no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. Why are we trying to change? Let's just keep with the status quo. And that's why many people stay stuck for such a long time, because as much as they fantasize and they daydream about there being a change one day, they allow the fear of making that change to hold them back and keep them stuck where they are. So I want to encourage you, when it comes to that fear, to recognize that it's normal. It's normal to experience that, but acknowledge that and then make a decision as to whether you are going to allow that fear to hold you back from the lifestyle that you know you really want, and that would be amazing, or whether you are going to push past the fear, feel the fear and do it anyway, and get to the other side and say, do you know what? That wasn't that bad, and I've now got this result. A few things that can help you with that is to really look at people who have made the transition. Have you seen people in your industry or people in your network who have made a career change? And if you have, then why not have a conversation with them? Why not have a look at their transition, how it worked for them, how it's worked out? Because then you're able to start building some evidence, start building a case for the career change. So you may know that I'm also a lawyer. So in addition to a coach, I'm a lawyer. So I'm always thinking about what's the evidence? What's the evidence? So when it comes down to it, yes, you might feel fearful, but what is the evidence that you taking that step is going to turn into a bad thing? So think about ways that you can build up the evidence that can help you to push forward. So great example of feeling the fear and doing it anyway. So had a coaching call with the ladies who are in the Career Clarity Academy. And one of the ladies was sharing that she wanted to reach out to a particular person to ask them about their industry and where they're at and what they're doing in their industry, because it would be useful for her in terms of information gathering to see whether that is a path that she wanted to take. And she shared that she was so nervous about having the conversation. She was going back and forth in her mind as to whether or not she was going to speak to this person. It was a whole thing that she had in her head, and she was going back and forth. And then she thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. So she did it. She had the conversation. As much as it felt uncomfortable, after the conversation, she got some really good feedback from the person. And then she was like, I'm so glad I did that. I'm so glad I did that on so many levels. One, I've made a really great connection and potentially a referral. We never know where that might go. And two, I've proved to myself that I can do those hard things. I can push past the fear, do it anyway, get to the other side and say, that wasn't that bad. Because what she was saying is she actually reflected on it and said, it wasn't actually that bad. As much as I felt anxious before, having the conversation was actually okay. So sometimes you have to challenge yourself to do those hard things, even if it's the small things, because the more and more you do it and the more you challenge yourself, the more and more you get confident that when I do hard things, I get good results. So I want to encourage you that don't allow the fear to hold you back. So essentially, when it comes to getting unstuck, there's a few different things that go into that, right? So firstly, getting unstuck means that you need to really think about, well, what is it that I want to do? Where is it that I want to go? And understand why you want to go there. What are the different elements of the destination that are important to you, so that when you're looking at opportunities, you know what your filter is, you know what it is that you're working towards. And then you really want to look at, like, what is holding me back? What is really holding me back from moving forward? And address that, acknowledge it, and then make a decision that you are going to move forward. Because if you've painted the picture of where it is you want to go, and you're saying, I really don't enjoy the life that I'm living right now, and this is what I want, then you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Is it worth it to push through? Is it worth it to keep moving towards what will be my new goal, my new dream? Or should I just stay here and in a year's time or 2 years' time just be in the same position and wish I would have made a move sooner? So ask yourself that. People who are aspiring to make a career change, and they want to do that by leveraging their current skills and experience. So I like to help people to see how they can change career direction without necessarily having to retrain. I think one of the things people think is, oh, if I change careers, I'm going to have to go back to uni, I'm going to have to go get a master's, I'm going to have to go study. That's not necessarily the case.
And there's a different way you can be approaching this. Are you ready to make bold career moves? Are you tired of coasting in a role or career that is no longer a good fit for you? Are you ready to create more of an impact through the work that you do? And are you ready to get paid more and be recognized for your brilliance? If you are nodding your head or saying yes to any of those questions, then lean in, because I'm about to tell you about my newly enhanced coaching program. The Career Changemaker program, formerly known as the Career Clarity Academy, is my signature coaching program, which is a transformational coaching experience focused on helping you to develop and advance in your career. The program will help you to clarify the type of career move that you need to make next, create an unapologetic vision for your career direction, and leverage your existing experience so that you can make the transition as quickly as possible. It's also going to equip you to articulate your value so that you can really shine and attract stellar opportunities and negotiate those amazing offers. We want to be moving you into the right role that you're really excited about as quickly as possible. I created this program and the Career Changemaker method because it pains me to see so many amazing, brilliant, talented women fall into the category of coasting female professional. And what I mean by that is there are women who are coasting through their day-to-day at work, who are complaining to loved ones about the work that they do and the environment that they're in, who are scrolling job boards looking for inspiration but not taking any action, who typically do what others think they should do rather than what they really want to do, and who feel trapped in the careers that they've built for themselves. What I really want to see is more women adopting the career changemaker status. A career changemaker is the type of woman who makes an impact through the work that she does, who is excited to talk about her upcoming projects, who knows how to network strategically to create new opportunities, who is unapologetic about what it is they want to do and why it is they want to do it, who recognizes new opportunities during seasons of change, and who is really ready to take control of her career so that she can become a trailblazer in an area that she's really passionate about. If you like the sound of becoming a career changemaker, then I invite you to make an application for this program. Now, it is an application-only program because I want to ensure that only the women who I know can get results will join this program so we can hit the ground running and move you to where it is you want to be. So, if this sounds good to you, make an application. You want to head over to lightboxcoaching.com/program, PROGRAM, and there you're going to book a call with me and be directed to a career change assessment. Once you take the assessment, you're going to identify where it is you need to focus in the career change process, and we will have a discussion to see if the program is a good fit for you to get you there and whether you are a good fit for the program. The investment for this program is going up on the 1st of December 2021. So if you are listening to this before that time, I encourage you to book a call, make your application as soon as possible so that you can get in at the current rate. So head over to lightboxcoaching.com/program. I look forward to hearing from you. If you enjoyed listening to today's episode, be sure to subscribe to the show so that you don't miss any of our upcoming episodes. Also, I would love to know what your biggest takeaway was from this episode. I invite you to head over to our Career Changemaker community over on Facebook so that we can continue the conversation over there. Head over to lightboxcoaching.com/join and it will direct you straight to the group. I look forward to seeing you there.